Pokemon spawn. I mean, it's not a full moon today. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day probably. Maybe it's just a bad time. Oh, whoa! Bad time of the night. Usually I'm not out this early. It's about 1, 2 o'clock. Who knows? I really think it has to do with it. I think they just wait for good spawns until about 2. Huh. My screen got wet earlier. It's hard to throw balls. My phone's at phone pour champagne on me. Oh yeah, getting all ahead of myself. Oh, I need some Nidoran. Like 10 more. Good, I came back. Sorry about it. I had to adjust the stuff in my pockets. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but this came from school, so I got all kinds of pens and pencils and paper and like notes and stuff. I have a problem throwing stuff away. So I tend to just like stick stuff in my pockets until later when I can like assess the value of them. If it's important or not. I'm overdue on that. I'm in the process of moving though, kind of. Like I'm in the mental process, I guess. So like, I'm mildly homeless. Haven't like had a bedroom or a house or anything that I can say like was mine for several years. I did this like hippie new age travel and live on the land kind of. Just off the grid type of junk. Couches and floors have been my home, I guess, right? So it'll be nice, but it's kind of weird to think of having a room again with a door and walls and a space that, you know, is mine. Having a job helps, but that was part of the whole decision. You know, I wasn't gonna work for the man, you know, build somebody else's pocket up while I'm taking hits on mine. So I'm glad I heard that. and just dropped my keys. That'd have been fun trying to find those again. Pretty dead zone here. I mean, I'm not trying to get all those Pokestops. They're out in the woods over here. I mean, a couple of them maybe, but that's all out of the park. It seems nice. Neighborhoods, you know, there's this museum or whatever kind of thing over there. People have weddings and stuff there, so it's not really accessible a whole lot. Here's another rule: try to avoid tennis courts as much as possible. I mean, they seem cool to go into. You're mildly safe because you can see what's around you, but there's only one entrance and one exit. Usually, you know, sometimes there's only one, but there's one, you know, across from each other, opposite corners. I mean, all it's got to take is someone to stand on one side and have a friend on the other side. You know, so try to avoid going inside of a tennis court unless you know the area pretty well. Otherwise, it's not worth getting your phone stolen over just because you wanted to go inside of a cool spot. I mean, if you're with a buddy, that's probably a whole other concept. So, buddy system, everybody's friend. You know, if a Pokestop is white like that, it means your game's kind of frozen or whatever. Your GPS signal is probably not putting out what it should be. So I've just noticed whenever the Pokestops turn white and there's no image, that's when I'll reset. So. Now we're good. I can try to get some more potions. I need to be fighting gyms more, but I need to also catch for the Stardust because people are starting to get stronger. I was doing really good at gyms for a while, but now I'm starting to notice people teaming up more. Where it just usually was about a 3-level gym on average, now they're starting to get up anywhere 4 to 6 range. And it's not super helpful going out there by yourself because, I mean, you'll have one Pokemon defending this place. So chances are someone will just come and cream you in like 20 minutes. So you won't even hold the gym for any amount of time. So it's cool to wreck the gym, but it kind of invokes people to sit on that gym and just continuously take it over and over. So there's really no point in taking a gym unless you're with a team or it's around your area where you can protect it more often. So I've talked about it before, but one thing I would really like to see is more gyms. I have to like literally drive all over town just to hit 1 or 2 gyms. Downtown here, I mean, there's 4 gyms in a couple, 4 or 5 block radius. So it's not the worst, but the whole thing, like, that's 4 gyms downtown within walking distance of each other. I'd like a couple more. It's just fun to fight these battles. I mean, unless they come out with trainer versus trainer battles, then I won't really need to fight the gyms as much, but I still would like to see more gyms, especially if they're going to stay the way they are. No, how did I do this? Oh, here it is. So we go. front's got better Pokemon than the whole park had. I'm gonna just walk down this way then. I mean, this is where I've caught my Ivysaur in the past. Apparently a guy said he caught a Charizard in this parking lot as well, so... I used to work construction. I used to use one of those things that's beeping. It beeps slow when it's above grade and fast when it's below grade, I believe. So that sound was kind of like a mental trigger in my head. I totally remember I was the guy that had to hold the stick all the time because I didn't have machine training. So the guy would sit in the machine. I'd be standing out in the sun all day holding a stick. 19 years old, bored as hell. Oh man. And I had a can of spray paint. You don't give a bored 19-year-old a can of spray paint. Wasted so much. I feel bad now. What an idiot, but it doesn't help the fact that I did it. What else can I talk about? I think it's starting to get more comfortable. Talking on camera, that is, you know. I think this is the first experience I've ever had with it. I've always thought, you know, you talk too much. Why don't you record yourself talking? This is such a weird subject. What do I say? Will people care? Do I care? That is an important question. Do I care? Apparently, the less you care, the easier it is. Whether or not it sounds good or not, I won't know until I'm done recording this. But, why not, right? Make it worth it. I'm gonna get this stop and then double back up the hill. There was another one back there, but they took it away because people were jumping this fence. So apparently now you can request to, you know, Niantic or whoever and say, hey, I don't agree with this spot you put here, and this is the reason. So it makes me wonder if they will be able to add them to places for, you know, some type of fee. So say this bar downtown goes and wants to get a Pokestop put in front of their establishment, maybe a gym, maybe a nest. Can you then at that point pay? Do you have to be a business owner? What are the limitations? What's going to stop, you know, Joe Blow, who's pretty rich, buy one for his kids, you know? Put a nest in his backyard for all the neighborhood kids. You know, is that going to be available? Should it be available? Is that morally right? Will the game still have the same essence with that? Will it matter, being as the fact there will be, you know, an additional 100 Pokemon in the game here in another few to many months, whichever they pick. So having more Pokemon, will that make nests and spawns and Pokestops and gyms less of a commodity? so that somebody could buy one and put one somewhere. It's one of the first places I came and played. I actually stood and walked around in circles. I mean, at the time, I thought you had to be moving for the lure to work. Instant. I had a lure at the bench, and I had an instant on with the lucky egg. I must have been about level 10. You know, somewhere in between 5 and 10. So, I think when I first started coming out here, I was level 9. Some kids made fun of me. They were like 21, 22, but they did the egg boost. Like the whole time. Do I give a shit? Not really. I mean, this would have been a great time to bring my skateboard. I didn't raspberry. Got enough great balls, let me try. I didn't want to do that. Whoa, there's just a random scooter just chilling here. Like, I was just talking about needing a skateboard, and there's a scooter just literally on the side. Huh. Who leaves a scooter behind? It's probably broken, right? Broken or stolen. Oh, scooter, you need hands to hold on to the handles. That wouldn't work anyways. I mean, not that I don't have hands, but like I'm holding the phone with one hand. I can't believe there's nothing out here. Rhyhorn, execute, couple Psyduck, slowpoke. If I weren't that lucky egg, I would have only got the Rhyhorn at the beginning. Too much weak sauce. But, I mean, I'm not too far from the car. I'm gonna end it. Like I say, hit me up on Instagram if I finish this park and I got something cool. Peace.